In this video we are going to learn about JavaScript methods and properties. So let us first learn how to retrieve the length of the string in JavaScript. So for that I have created a demo page, and my demo page name is length.htm. So let me go ahead and open this. Now here what we are doing is that we have a text box and we have a button. On click of the button we are calling getLength JavaScript function, and the getLength JavaScript function we are first retrieving the value of the text box using document.getElementById txt name dot value. So this will basically give me the value of this text box, and then we are using that text, means the value of the text box dot length. So this will give me the basically the length of the data entered into this text box. So let me go ahead and run this page and show you how it looks like. So I am entering itfunda.com. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. When I clicked on get length, you can see that this get length JavaScript function is executing, and it is basically getting the value of the text box into the text variable, and then we are calling the length property that is basically giving me the length in characters of this data that is entered into the text box. Now we will see some of the methods of JavaScript that is used to basically format the string of in the HTML page. So first let us see that if in case we have to make a text bold in the JavaScript, then how to do that. So for that what we will do is that we will use the big method, or we can say big function. I am using interchangeably. I use the method, or sometimes I call them as the function. So here in this case what we are doing is that we are using document.write, and then we are passing the parameter as the text that we want to write on the page. And in the next sentence what we are doing is that we are writing document.write, and this is the text that I want to write, and then we are calling .big. So .big will basically what it does is that it will format this particular text in the big style. Let me run this page and you will see this. See, compare the style of this text and compare the style of this text. This is coming in little big font. Similarly we can use dot italic. So it will basically make this particular text in italic style. See, italic. We can also call dot bold, so it will make this text bold. Similar way there are many other methods as well that we can use to format our text. For example, we have something like strike. Similarly we have sup, superscript, that will make the text as a superscript. Now one very important point to note here, that despite the fact that it is displaying the text in the bold style as the output, its source code will never change. Okay, source code will remain as it is, because JavaScript doesn't change the source code, it just changes the code on the fly, so that the same will get affected in the browser as the output. Now there are certain other methods as well, so I am just skipping those because they are almost similar to the way I just now showed you the bold and big and the italics. Now let's move further and let us see that how to replace a character or characters from the string in JavaScript. So in case we have to replace a certain string or character in the JavaScript, we can use replace method. So let me show you that. Now here what we are trying to do is that we have a variable called v, and we are storing its value as my text. Now what we want to do is that we want to replace my to our. So what we have done, we have used the v.replace method, and we are passing the first parameter as the text that we want to replace. So we want to replace my, and the second parameter is the text that we want to replace with. So we want to replace my with our. So despite that it is written here my, but when we will run this page, we will see that this particular that we will see that our output will be our text, because my will be replaced with our. Let me go ahead and show you that. You can see that our text is coming. The value is my text, but because we have used replace, so it is being converted to my is being converted to our. So our text is displaying here. Now let us see that how to get the current date and time in the JavaScript. In order to get current date and time in the JavaScript, we can use the date object. So let me go ahead and show you that. Now here you can see that I have written var d equal to new date. We have basically instantiated the date object, and then we are writing document.write and d. So this d will have nothing but the current date and time, and that will be written on the page because of this document.write method. See, the current date and time is being written on the page. Now, how to declare and use an array in JavaScript? In order to declare an array in JavaScript, we can use this approach. So let me go ahead and show you that. The page name is array.htm. So what we are doing, we are first writing var array equal to new array. It means that we have a JavaScript object called array, and we are instantiating that object. And then based on the number of elements we need, we are just passing one by one. So array of 0 is equal to IT, array of 1 is equal to funda, and array of 2 is equal to corporation. It means that in this array we are trying to store 3 value. Okay, and then in order to retrieve value from this array, we are using for loop. So for I equal to 0, I less than 3, and I plus plus. And this loop will basically continue 3 times, and every time it will give an alert. So first time it will give IT as alert, second time it will give funda as alert, and third time it will give corporation as alert. So let me go ahead and run this page and show you that. IT first, second element, and then third element. So this was the array. Similarly, you can use the math.random function to get the random number. For example, let me go ahead and show you that. Random numbers.htm. Yes. Now here what we are doing is that we are simply writing document.write math.random. So what it will do is that it will give me the random number generated on the page. See, every time it is giving me random number on the page. I am refreshing the page, and everything we are getting the random numbers. Now note that this will only give you the random number between 0 and 1, because you can see that it is always giving a random number 0 point something. So it just gives the random number between 0 and 1. Similarly, we can use the other method as well. For example, max, min, and all other. So I'm not going to cover all others because we have already separate pages for each of the method that we have covered here, and they are not a big deal, they are simple. So now I'm going to cover the next how to, that is called how to find characters in a given string in JavaScript. There might be a scenario where you want to find a character, whether that character exists into a text or not. Then we can use this methodology. So here what we are doing is that we are using find.htm to demonstrate this. So we have find.htm, and in this page what we have is that we have first a string. So I am writing this is a good boy, and then we have another text box called string to find, where we will try to find out that whether a particular text exists into this string or not. And on click of the button we are calling test function. Now in the test function what we are doing, first we are retrieving the first text box value into the string variable, and then we are retrieving the second text box value into the to find variable. And then what we are doing is that we are instantiating the regex object, that is the JavaScript object, by passing the string that we have to find. So here we have to find the string that is into the txt find text box, and then we are calling find is nothing but the object of the regex find.test method, and we are passing the string from which we want to find. So we want to find from the text box value that is into the first text box. So here is the string. Now when I will run this page, you will notice that we will be able to find the text or the characters that is written into the second text box. Now first of all, let us try to find is. Naturally is there here. This is a goodbye and I am trying to find is, so I will be able to get true here. So if the text will be found or the characters will be found, then this find.test method will return true, and if it is not, for example if I am writing ISS, then it will this test method will return false. Now notice that this test method is basically JavaScript method under the find object.